Hey everyone, how's it going? Still trying to crack the code for Vivi in set 8 of the One Piece TCG. It's coming up pretty fast, and I feel like there's a few cards and there's some ratio changes that are really making the deck very consistent and a lot of fun to check out. But first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to the person that I saw a few of these tech choices from. They really talked about it. The Iceberg TCG. I'll have the channel linked in the description and then the video breaking down the deck list, because I think while some of the cards in this, are for set 7 from his list, a lot of them are still going to probably be pretty decent to include in set 8. And I believe his list won a treasure cup. So definitely some good information to gather from that if you're looking to try out the deck for yourself. But either way, let's get into the leader and the deck. We've got Vivi, 5 life, 5k power, blue, red, cannot attack, activate main once per turn, rest 2 Dawn, draw a card, and give one of your characters rush for this turn. Really, really great in some regards, not in others. We've got a little bit of a hindrance in the fact that we can't swing, but drawing a card is super great in this game, just being able to draw one, no condition, except for resting 2 Dawn, right? And giving rush does help make up for the fact that we can't swing. I've always said that Vivi is just a fun deck to check out, but honestly, some of these cards do make the deck feel very consistent and honestly could do pretty good, at least at like your locals or anything. So let's get into the deck list. Firstly, as a bit of an overview for the deck list in general, you'll see a lot of 3 copies of a card. Normally, when you want a deck to be consistent, I feel like you got to have that full play set 4 of. However, with the fact that we've got a little bit of cycle with a new card, and the fact that we do draw 1 extra per turn for the most part, if we can get our leader ability, we are able to see a lot more of our pieces. So having 3 of for some of these just allowed me to keep an extra 1 or 2 cards in the deck that wouldn't normally fit. But getting into it, we've got 3 of Little Oars Jr., 6 cost, 7k power, 1k counter. Once per turn, if this character be KO'd by effect, trash an event or stage instead. Lucci is still a big threat in set 8, even with the stage ban. It does help save a little bit of our higher cost characters, which this deck runs a lot of. Means he's going to have to invest more resources to KO things, especially Little Oars being 6 cost. It's a little bit harder to get rid of. Next, we got 4 Otama. 1 cost, 0k power, 2k counter. On play, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2k power for the turn. This does combo into one of our cards that KOs by power. However, it is just a really good 2k counter. Next, we've got another 2k. Our 2 cost, 3k power, 2k counter Sanji. Activate main once per turn. Add 1 card from your life to your hand. And then this character gains 2k power and give him 2 rested Dawn, which boosts him to 7k power total. This is a really good card to keep in hand for a surprise low Dawn efficient rush card, For 4 Dawn, we're swinging in for 7. Another 2k counter, we run 10 in the deck, getting into our next 2 of. A Super Spot Build Duck Squad, 2k counter, 2 cost, 3k power. This card is actually a little bit more important because as you read the effect, when attacking, give one of your active leaders minus 5k power during this turn. Return this card to your hand at the end of your turn. So for any deck that uses 1 cost searchers that rest themselves to search, like Momonosuke, Baby 5, Bonnie, this is a great tool on our 4 Dawn turn. We can play it out, give it a rush, swing 3k into one of those searchers, and then it bounces to our hand at the end of the turn. Been a great tech card for a while. Definitely need maybe 3 copies, I would say. Do like it a lot, but we do run Pudding, and we can bottom deck 1 cost searchers with Boa Hancock, but still might like to bump this up. Next, we got 3 copies of the 10 cost, 12k power Shanks. On play, KO a character with a power of 10k or less. I was running this at 4 copies in set 7, but there are a few decks now with the addition of Pudding that use 12k power bodies, so Shanks is a little bit less effective. Still a great top end body to have, especially in Enel, I think Enel's still going to be running around in set 8. So definitely a great way to respond to any big body that Enel plays. Next, we've got 3 copies of Shiraya. 3 cost, 4k power, 1k counter blocker when attacking, when blocking. This character matches its power to your opponent's leader. So if your opponent's leader is swinging in with 4 attached Don, so like a 9k swing from any 5k power leader, you can block with Shiraya and then just give 1 additional k in counter, and it'll block out because he matches that leader's power. And he does keep that for the rest of your opponent's turn. It doesn't go back to the 4k until the start of your turn. So then if they wanted to swing into Shiraya after he tapped himself to block, he had a bit of boosted power, so that could help defend him from any other swings. Next, we've got the card from set 8 that I really love. Pretty much the only card from set 8, but hey. Silver's Rayleigh, the secret rare, 8 cost, 8k power. On play, choose 2 of your opponent's characters till the start or the end of your opponent's next turn. Give one of them minus 3k power, one of them minus 2k power, and then KO one of your opponent's characters with a power of 3000 or lower. That's what I was talking about with Otama. You can, if you have 9 or 10 Don, you can play out an Otama, KO something a little bit higher cost, because these effects can be independent of each other. You can choose one character to give 3000, 2,000, and then a third character to KO if it's like a low cost blocker or something like that, like a Rebecca blocker. But with Otama, you can KO, what is that? An 8k power body. You can reduce them to 6,000, then play out Rayleigh, reduce from 6 to 3,000, and then KO. So actually a decent way to get rid of a uses Captain Kid, aka the blocker, the pseudo blocker, Next, we've got one of the better tech choices that, again, I found from Iceberg TCG's list that won the Treasure Cup. Mr. 1, Das Bones, a great card for this deck. We do not get the first effect of this card. Firstly, he is a 5 cost, 6k power, 1k counter card. Great stat line. Then, if your leader has Baroque Works type, he gains 1000 power for every event in your trash. We don't get that. However, we still get the on play draw 2, trash 1 from your hand. We still do have a decent amount of dead cards in this deck. But again, because we're drawing so much and we have this as a 4 of, that cycle is really great, to get out of anything you don't really need for your current situation. And again, he has a 6k power body, which is great. On 7 Don, we can play him out, give him rush. That means we're drawing 3 cards addition for the turn, just trashing 1. Really good, really good. Again, you can play this in set 7 as it stands currently, but I still think in set 8, as we're getting into it, definitely a good choice to have in the deck. Next, another great card that I've been using as like a 1 of or a 2 of in my decks, but I like it at more copies, honestly. The Ulti, 4 cost, 5k power, 1k counter. Another card from the Treasure Cup list that I believe he was running as a 4 of. Again, I think hopefully at least the 3 of will work with the extra draw from leader and then maybe some cycle. We want to kind of see this early. Getting into her effect, on play, if your leader is multicolor, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 to your hand, and then place the rest at the top or bottom in any order. You don't reveal any of these cards, which is great. So, you're playing her out on 4 Don, or any turn past that, but on 4 Don, you still get to draw an extra card. So she's replacing herself so that her hand size is not going down. And then on your next turn what you're going to be drawing into, and then what you'll get from your leader ability's extra draw, which is great. So 3 copies of that, again, just helping us see the pieces that we need to see. And again, the fact that she replaces herself and can swing because she's a 5k power stat line, really good. Next, we've got 2 Borsellino, 7 cost, 8k power. On play, place 1 character with a cost of 4 less to the bottom of the owner's deck. With Red Purple Law banned in set 8 for us, there's still a lot of 4 costs that we want to just bottom deck so they can't recur. The Rebecca blocker is such a crucial part for recycling combos in Lucci or any black deck, really. So being able to just bottom deck her kind of halts a little bit of their combo piece. But again, we have so much draw, we have so much cycling. I think 2 copies might be okay. But again, in the Lucci matchup, does bottom deck the 4 cost Rob Lucci, so they can't just continuously recycle him from trash. So maybe want to bump this up to 3 copies, but I might be okay with that at 2 for right now, just continuing to test. Next, we got 2 copies of the Pudding, 4 cost, 4k power, 1k counter. On play, your opponent turns their entire hand to their deck, shuffles, and then draws 5 cards. Again, just a really great, fun card to play. Not so fun for your opponent. I've been hit with this so much. I've been playing a lot of Bonnie. You know, Bonnie loves to have a big hand size, and getting hit with this is rough. 2 copies of it, again, because situationally, people know to play around it, and you need to attach a Don to her anyway to swing. She's only 4k power body, so I think 2 copies is pretty good. Again, we have a lot of draw, a lot of cycle, so hopefully we see it if we need it. Next, we got 4 Boa Hancock for our final character. 6 cost, 8k power, great stat line already. And then on play, one of your opponent's characters other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack until the end of their next turn. Then place one cost or lower character to the bottom of the owner's deck. Again, this is a way to get rid of some 1 cost searchers maybe, but primarily just making it so one of our opponent's characters can attack, like one of their bigger bodies, because again, this doesn't have a cost or power restriction, just any character besides Monkey D. Luffy. So great card. That's why I love to keep this at 4 copies. Next, getting to our events, 2 Rad Beam. I do agree with the information that, you know, kind of was talked about in Iceberg's video, that we want to defend early, and that's kind of what my mindset with Vivi always was, and that's why I always ran a lot of 2k counters and Happiness Punch. We want to defend early. A lot of our top end is 10 cost, you know, at least with Shanks. And with Rayleigh, even though he's 8 Don, it does set you up perfectly to play him out, use his effect, and then use your last 2 Don to give him rush, and then you're swinging in 8k into maybe one of the reduced bodies or just at life. So there's a lot of situations where we don't have that extra Don to just kind of leave standing for a Rad Beam. And we are a 5 life leader, so we'll have to be pretty low in the game already to have the full usage of this. Still, Rad Beam is a great defensive event, so I can see if you wanted to keep this up higher in count, but I've been testing it at 2 copies, so see if that works out. Because again, if we don't have that Don, then it's just a dead card in hand. The trigger does actually kind of help a little bit, but can't always rely on that. Next, we've got 4 copies of our 0 cost event, Bad Manners Kick Course. Trash 1 card from your hand, give up to one of your leader characters, plus 3,000 for the battle. Again, we do have a lot of dead cards in the deck, so great way to still get use out of them. And the trigger is really good, give up to one of your opponent's leader characters, minus 3k power for the turn. Pretty good. And then we've got Happiness Punch, 3 copies. Again, hope that with some of the extra draw and cycle that we can see it when we need it. This is a very early game defensive card because it's a counter for 1 Don, give up to one of your opponent's leader characters minus 2k for the turn. And then if your leader is active, which Vivi can't swing, so she'll probably always be active, give another character minus 1k power for the turn. They can be 2 separate characters or stack them on the same one. Pretty good card. Next, we've got our Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. 7 Don, plays 2 cost 6 or less characters in any order at the bottom of the owner's deck. Trigger, plays 1 character with a cost of 5 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. Really great card situationally because, again, Vivi can't swing. So if you're on your 7 Don turn or an 8 Don turn, this is your entire turn, right? Unless you have something else on the board already. There are still a lot of decks that go super wide, you know, Blue Doflamingo, Reiju. So definitely still want this in the deck, but again, with Law gone for set 8 for us, it is a very situational card for sure. Again, let me know anything you would change for the deck list. This is still, of course, a work in progress for me for set 8. Love seeing other people's perspective on the deck list. Like I said, seeing the Treasure Cup list really inspired me to take another swing at this list. So anything you would do differently, let me know in the comments and let's get into some games, see how it does. All right, we got, Vegapunk. Oh, I love these matches, man. I love these matches. Just 2 leaders that can't swing. We do have a decent few bodies. You know, a lot of Vegapunk's bodies are 6k or less, so Rayleigh works great. We don't really have any starting. However, we do get second, so we get to draw first. This is one of the newer cards. S-Hawk. Okay. So he will get that ability, so he gets 2k power. So we'll just draw an extra card. Probably have to take the first hit because I think he can... Alright, so he's playing on stage. Okay, so not attaching any Don, so he doesn't get the extra buff. Which is good for us, then we can counter out. Okay, puts out Pythagoras, alright. Let's... I could keep this in my hand for later turn to rush out, so let's just counter one. Again, not too much of a... Okay. Yeah, I think this is a... Just gonna use leader ability. I don't know if I want to... Huh? We could actually. We're pretty healthy. But then I only have a 0 cost, really. Do I want to get him down to 1 life right now? No, let's just draw a card. Well, okay. He would have replaced himself, but you never know. If we had a happiness punch, I feel a lot better. Let's see. And also Gravity Blade will probably hit most things from his deck. At least most of his egghead bodies. So he's searching. Pulls out the S-Shark. So negates blockers during battle when attacking with 1 Don. We do run quite a bit of blockers, but... And he plays him out. So doing a lot of... Probably take the 1 counter out of second. Okay. Well, that works, so we just won't take the second. Lovely. So we got 1 other Gravity Blade, I think, in the decks somewhere. But next turn, we will just freeze one of them. I guess S-Hawk. We could cycle, but I don't think we need... I think we want to establish a body first. Can't bottom deck anything. That's all ever done, but now only has 1 swing at us. Unless he plays out the 5 cost rush ace, you know, he still is at that 2 life, so... Next turn, we do go to 8 Don, so I can maybe play out Rayleigh, I think, even though we don't get rushed. I think establishing a second AK body, and then we'll be able to KO something and reduce something else. So he cycles, he trashes a Luffy, okay, and an Atlas. Plays out another one, okay. Let's see. No Don for him. I guess we'll take the first one and then... Okay, well, and I couldn't... So he can't attack. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot I even did that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let's see. It's 2k power. Cannot be cooked. So, what do I want to KO? Obviously not... Either of these two. They're not my biggest threats. So I guess I'll... And they're only 5k power, so I can reduce by 3, reduce by 2, then KO the 2. So now he's reduced by 3k for his turn, which is great. And then we'll swing 8. And then only 2 cards in hand, so I'm assuming he'll probably take. Yep. And then, yeah, okay. That's fine. Maybe we Gravity Blade next turn. We'll be at 10. I think that might be better. We got 9 Don. resting one for leader building. Puts Luffy at top. All right, well, I guess he'll be able to draw, but he can't KO anything. We don't have any 4-cost characters. So he's still a minus 1k body, right? So wait, he was minus 3, so wait, doesn't that put him back at 5? Now I'm doing math worse because I minused him by 3,000, so he's 2. He gains 1 from Dawn, put 3, and then 2 from ability. So shouldn't he be 5 plus 2,000? Yeah, so yeah, he was 5 and he had that. Okay, yeah. So we'll just 2k. Yeah, next turn we can kind of clean up his board, leave him low on cards. He's still pretty low in life. Let's go. I guess I can. I don't really need the Little Orc Jr. right now, so just a 1k. I'll keep Daz Bones in hand just to cycle out some of my other dead cards, possibly. Yeah, let's go 2k. What's he leaving 6 Dawn up for? He's not really swinging high. Okay, well there. All right, that's. Is he gonna swing into Hancock? That makes sense. It's 11 at her. We can get out of this. So let's get rid of the Rad Beam actually, and then just. I'll 2k still. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't a great spot, I guess. All right, we've got Smoker, the new Smoker. I kind of want to find. All right. We do get some pieces to help us find. You know, we get the ulti and the Daz Bone. I was hoping to find Little Orc Jr. Okay. And this turn, obviously, we just lead ability. We get the happiness punch, so we can defend our life at least. If he, he's only a 1k power, so probably wouldn't split 5 and 5. But I don't know if we really need pudding for this matchup. You know, most of his stuff is gonna just get filtered in the trash anyway that he wants. Okay. I think we'll happiness punch that. Boom, boom. Happiness punch can get out of a 7k swing, and then he okay. Marine forward. All right. So do we want to leave 1 Dawn open for use ulti or Daz Bone? I think we'll use ulti in the case that we find another happiness punch from the top 3, and also I don't really want to cycle too much. I mean, I could get rid of pudding. Yeah. Let's just see. I guess I'll take ulti for the other counter and then start placing it top. There we go. Because if he plays the Tashigi, I think she can KO a 4 or a 5. But with Marine Ford and leader ability, yeah, he can just KO. Yeah. Okay. -4, yeah. So he could have gotten rid of a 6, right? Yeah. I guess we'll take this one. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So our next card is another Rayleigh. Really, like, I could play this out, can't swing, so might be a good move. Establishing a, you know, Bo Hancock. Let's try it. Boom, bottom, and end turn. I need to establish something. Hopefully he doesn't KO. I mean, he's got -1 from stage and leader. So if he has another Tashigi, he can just do that to KO our Boa, because she gives -4, and then activate main if it's on the turn she was played. Place 1 0 cost into the trash. But that's if he has the Tashigi. So he's bringing back a Hina, probably. Oh no. Okay, he brought back the Borsalino. Interesting. Okay. We will give you 1 from ulti. So 2 plays, we can bottom deck both of his blockers, meaning that he won't be able to recur them with a Gecko Moria, but he doesn't have too much else in his trash anyway to get back with the Rebecca from Gecko Moria, right? So I could play out the Rayleigh -3, -2, and then just KO. I think that's my better option, and then I guess swing 9. So let's do that. So let's minus KO. I don't have a happiness punch. I don't really care to save 1 for Rad Beam. We have decent counter otherwise. So let's swing 9. He'll probably take his first life anyway. You know, he's still at 5. If he locks out with that. Okay. Maybe he wanted the brand new and trash. I don't know. Or maybe that was just a misclick. Could wanted the brand new and trash. Possibly for a Gecko next turn. But he used that 7 cards, so we might be able to hit him with the pudding. Honestly, now is the best chance to. So he gets back the Hina. Right. Hina's going to probably Arboa. Yeah. Okay. So she's a 2 cost, now a 1 cost. Dawn on leader makes her a 0, and then... Okay. How do I get out of this? 10, 13 from a 0 cost? Or no, I don't have a 0 cost. Oh no. I should have left up for 1 for Rad Beam. Alright, so that's 10, 11, 12. Am I really off by 1? Oh my gosh. How did that come back to bite me in the butt? I should have left up 1 for Rad Beam. So stupid. Alright, that's fine. I'm not going to putting him with 6 cards in his hand. I can do the same thing and just, you know, then he won't have Hina in the trash. And then I can swing with both of my Rayleighs. So I think I'll do that. So boom, bam, boom. Swing 8 and 8. If he's doing the same thing, you know, attaching like so much Dawn to leader, that's kind of fine with me because he's not playing something else out, you know. And now we have another 2K from leader ability. That's great. 7 at us. Do I mind? I guess not. I'm still at 3. Okay. Oh, Isho. I mean, he could have done that anyway. We'll just KO the Isho, I think, because we don't want the minus. So that is a great use of Shanks. Getting rid of Isho, that... Okay, 2 2Ks. Then -3 is really threatening. Especially he has stage and leader ability, you know. We will... Yeah, see, I don't know if pudding is, like, so valuable. He's only at 7. 2K. I'm still keeping Dodge Bone just in case. 2K again. 10 Dawn. Gecko. What's the extra 2 Dawn for? A brand new. Okay, so searching. Okay, he's got the 2K Toshigi. And got another 2K Shigi, and he's playing out. Okay. So he searched twice, right? He got 3 2K Toshigis, right? That's crazy. So he's got 3 2Ks in his hand that we know of. Yeah, I just wish I had that pudding now. God, I wish I had that pudding. Oh my goodness. How did... All right. Well, the good thing is I can bottom deck 2 things, but I can also just make so that Gecko can't attack, and then I'm way less threatened. Nothing to bottom deck. Give rush. All right. We'll just swing a bunch of 8s at your face, and then... Okay, even with 3 2Ks? He's 4 2Ks and a blocker. I only have 4 swings. I mean, he wasn't going to die that turn, but I don't know. He still has 2 Ice Ages too, but nothing to KO with, right? He has a Brook in his trash. All right, we got Katakuri. Okay, that's really bad for us, but we do get to take second. Kata is not... It's a deck that uses that 12k stat line that I mentioned, so Shanks is a little bit less applicable for us. We do get Pudding, which could be good. And we have ulti. We are going to 1k with Shiraya. Plays out the Pero. Let's ulti. See. Ooh, we'll take the 2k, of course. Will I need this Gravity Blade? Maybe. We'll just take it. We can cycle it out later if we don't need it, I guess. We're going up to 6 Dawn. We will... See, I want to keep the ult 2k. Yep. 5 Dawn. Gadatsu? Are you going to Gadatsu my... We'll take... I mean, she'll still get killed with Gadatsu, but... Yeah. That is fine. We'll make it so Gadatsu can't swing, establishing her own body. I wish I could bottom deck something more than a 1 cost. Okay, 7 Dawn. If they're going to 7 Mom me, then I can counter out of what they're not going to. Alright, so first 7k swing from Kata. And another 7. So 2 7ks and then a plan out of 4 cost. I think I'll take 1. I think I'm going to 0 cost that. Actually, no, he's going... I think I'm going to 0 cost this. And then give a 2k. No, I don't think I need Pudding. I think I can 0 cost and just give 1. But what am I going to 0 cost? The Rat Beam does come online soon. But Happiness Punch can use... I guess I'll just use the Boa and then Pudding. Keep my events just in case. Play out a 3 cost, another Pero. Okay. Okay. I think I don't want to give him a search, but I can't let him just keep swinging super wide. But I have to hit his life. I think I have to hit his life. Can't just let him chain Big Mom. Okay. We will... Do I let him keep his 6k body just to get rid of both of his Peros? Nah. Get rid of 1. Leaving 1 up for Happiness Punch. Also depends on what he does with this Dawn. Okay. Yeah, we can Happiness Punch here. 2, 1. So if he attaches just 1 Dawn to leader, that makes him just a 6k swing now, which we can 2k out of. I might need to just take some cards to hand. Okay. They looked at their own top life. They left it at the top. Because they're just going to 7 Mom me. Oh, then I need to counter out of this because I need to trash because I can't give them a 5th life. And then just going to... Oh, this is not... Yeah, this is just not a good matchup for us. Right. Getting rid of a 2k. Okay, well, that helps. That helps. Do I give him the search? I feel like I got to because I can't handle all the swings. Hopefully they don't find a 10 Mom. They found another Pero. That's fine with me. We'll establish their big body. KO their 7 Mom. Hopefully they're just going to 10 Mom me. I can get out of the 5k. See, now I wish I didn't get rid of my Boa because she could freeze the 10 Mom, but still I'm too slow for this matchup. Not much that I can do. I'm just going to leader build it because I have no... That's not what I would want in this world. I got to leave 2 Dawn up. 311. I don't know, just big swing and big swing, I guess. Yep. Okay. This matchup is quite difficult. Being able to swing 7 so early, you know, trashing our life. And then just the fact that we can't KO this with Shanks. That's probably GG. But we can at least survive this turn. Do I Rad Beam this, go up to 9, and then Happiness Punch that? But then he'll just KO my... he'll just kill my Boa. He'll just kill my Boa. But I guess to survive... At least I have a 2k and a 0 cost, so 3k counter, I guess, if I 0 cost them. Not enough to save even just the baseline swing into Boa. Yeah, he's just gonna kill me next turn. Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of GG at this point. We can see if we get a... Nah. Yeah, it's pretty much over here. If we had a blocker... We could have maybe gone out, but the fact that he puts up a blocker, we don't have any of our own, it's pretty much GG. I think we just... Yeah, I'm just going to concede here and give him the old GG. All right, we got Perona. This actually might not be bad. We don't get second. Always feels bad. We'll just lead ability. Boom, boom, bam. We can Perona, no, ulti, or we could at least maybe Daz Bones, because then they'll have to use something to reduce before they can leader ability, where ulti is just turns it sideways, KOs with Ryuma. Okay. So yeah, actually I think I'm going to give ulti as counter. Next turn we'll play out Daz. Ooh. I think we're going to need Shanks this matchup. Might need little ores, but do I need... I think I trash Boa. But do I need 3 2Ks in hand right now with a 0 cost? I think I'm going to need my bodies, so I'll trash one Otama. That might... We'll reevaluate later if that was the right move or not, I guess. So they give me -1 cost and then trashing with Brook. Okay. But we can at least... We'll counter out with Otama. Take the 7k swing. Happiness Punch. That does help a little bit. Now we can... Do I play out the... Well, no, I don't. I can save little ores with one of my events. My 0 cost, but I think... Boa, freeze you, leave 1 up for Happiness Punch. Have to use like a Suru 1k or something to reduce by 2 before they can. Okay, that's fine. Sabo. So yeah, honestly, with the Wano package with Perona, I know they're gonna have a pretty decent hand size. But not too terrible. They haven't used any Otama or anything. We will Happiness Punch to get out of this. We'll probably have to take the next 7k swing. I don't know. I could get out of it. But maybe we don't want to. Okay, maybe another Boa does help too. Let's see what they do if I just swing 8 into Brook. Let's it go. Okay. I think we'll just do the same. Freeze that. No bottom. No 1k or 1 Don event. But they are on their first... They're still at 4 life, so they're probably going to take it anyway. Yeah. So leaving the 1 down up is kind of a bluff sometimes. You know. They know that we run Happiness Punch now. That's rude. Okay. We can Shanks that next turn. Which is always a great response to an Isho. Now they can't really swing into anything unless they use 2 Dawn on Sabo. If they swing 7, I think I'll just 0 cost. Maybe the Rayleigh. Okay, we'll just ulti. What's the 2 Dawn up for? Oh, they are going for it. Okay, yeah, we'll just give it 2k. Cool. Means I can clear out board really nicely. Let's go. Actually, do I want to? Yeah. I'm at 3 life, so I don't want their board to be super wide. So I'll go here. Boom. 2 2Ks is great. Boom. Bam. Probably didn't expect that. So now they don't have their free -3. Which would have really helped them get rid of any of my boas, you know. 1 Dawn on Isho and then just play out a Ryuma to KO one of them. Would have been yikes, so I'm glad we got rid of that. Now our board is looking pretty scary. They're at 3 life still, 6 in hand. The good part about Rayleigh is that even if they play out a Sabo blocker to make everything KO immune, the reduction in power still is very strong, given that it works until for their turn. So yeah, I don't know if they expected the Shanks to come down. That's 11. Unfortunately, we don't have the counter, but that's fine. Oh, they're gonna go 11-11 and kill our. That's not the worst for us, I guess. What do I want to do? I can just play out a second Shanks, but I think I'll keep that in case they Isho again. So I guess I'll. Do I want to swing twice into their life and leave this guy as a 4k power body? I don't know if I would mind so much, you know? Boom. Choose nothing, nothing. We got another dead card, unfortunately. Yeah, let's kill it. Let's kill it. I was thinking, I don't know. I'd rather them just not have it. We have our big bodies out. I still have a 0 cost event and another Shanks. They can't Isho me right now. So nothing they can do to really rip cards out of my hand. Unless they play the 4 cost Perona, I guess. So in a pretty decent spot. 2 life with 2 bodies on board. Like we just need to give something else rush, like a Borsellino. And we get to... Okay, they play in the Momo. At least we'll have 3 swings. They get the 2k Otama. See, this is where I would have loved the pudding. Ah, okay. Let's see the combo they're going out for. Are they just going to bring back Mountain God? Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right, interesting what I can do. I don't really feel the need to play out their Shanks right now, I guess. Like I can KO their Gecko Moria. That could be a good move. We can also Gravity Blade. We have to Gravity Blade. We can't just Borsellino, unfortunately, because he's a 5 cost. But we can Gravity Blade, get those 2. They only have 2 swings then, so they can't kill us the following turn. And then I think Shanks still might be the better option. Let's still just give them an AK swing. Would have done that anyway. Countering out to 2Ks is great. However, we only have 4k counter in hand. If I was going to... Well, if I KO the Gecko with Shanks, no Dawn up, he can still just stack Dawn on this guy to swing into him. Whereas if I Gravity Blade, then I at least have a Rad Beam option. Yeah, I think... Well, I'm going to swing 12 anyway, life. So we'll do that. I think Gravity Blade, just using leader ability is better. Maybe. But established big body. Established third body. Yeah, I think I'm going to Shanks, because Shanks is standing now, so even if they do swing into my bodies to KO, I at least have 4k encounter now with 1 and then 3. He's at 1 life now, so nothing really that he can do to deal with my standing Shanks. Unless he has Ice Age and another bit of reduction and a Ryuma, but then that's a lot of Dawn to use, so not sure what he would do for my other 2 bodies. He does get to search again, but I wanted him to go down to 1 life. If he plays a Borsalino, at least we can get rid of that, like the 4-cost Borsalino blocker, and then we'll have another body swinging for game. I think we're in a decent spot. Like, I don't think there's any... Okay, another searcher. All right, 2 searches. Oh, he's just using the... All right, that's decent because we don't know any information off of that now. He just draws 2 by resting them. Okay, all right. I guess he didn't draw into what he was looking for. Not sure what he was looking for there. It was a pretty bad spot for him to be in, you know, with 2 12k bodies, 10 cost. Maybe he could have gotten rid of one of them, but I don't think he probably has the resources to get rid of 2. Like, he has the Ice Age and a Sabo. So if he actually got a second Ice Age, he would have been able to KO 2 of them. He would have had to Ice Age my Rayleigh and my Shanks to perfectly be able to KO with the 8-cost Sabo. But even then, I still have a 10k or 12k body, and then I can rush out an 8k swing. So what counter did he have? Only 3k. So if I swing just the baseline 8, we would have been able to get it. But yeah, definitely liking some of the new additions to the deck. The draw to cycle 1 definitely helps. Didn't use it too much. However, just being able to get any more draw on top of Vivi's drawing 1 and giving rush, like, just feels great. So definitely love the deck in set 8. Again, let me know any changes you would make to the list, any ratios, any characters you would add or take out entirely. Anything like that down in the comments. And of course, anything I messed up during the games, let me know down there as well. But either way, I will see you all in our next video. Bye-bye.